Victor to finish his interview, and then we'll play some music.
All right, so first question. Do you think your job keeps you physically fit?
I think so. I think it helps. I get a lot of steps in. I'm constantly on my feet. I'm walking a lot throughout my activities. I don't think it's enough, but it helps to have like an active job to keep fit. I count like my steps.
Oh, okay.
And so with my job as a PE teacher, I can get like 10,000 without really trying too hard. But when I have football practice, I average like 15,000, 16,000 a day, which is like pretty good. It's a pretty good little average just to keep me healthy.
Yeah, extra cardio.
Yeah.
And then, is your physical health important for the best performance in your field?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's really important for a physical education teacher to be healthy.
Yeah.
To practice what they preach.
Right.
I mean, it's tough because you see a lot of physical education teachers that like maybe aren't able to, whether it's an injury or something. But I think it's super important for a PE teacher to be active, to do like the best job you can. Just because like when you're motivated and you're like high energy and you can move, I feel like the kids feel that and they reciprocate and they're like they'll match you.
Yeah.
If you come in like, all right, we're just gonna do this, and you do real boring, nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to exercise. And,
That's true.
you know. So yeah, it definitely helps.
Okay. And then, does your job require you to spend some of your own money?
I would say if you want to be like
Significant amount or something like that.
Yeah, I say I don't know. It's tough to say because like, hold on, guys. I would say for coaching, yes.
Okay.
Coaching, I spend a lot of money, just trying to help out the program, the team, as much as I can. But for teaching, yeah, you spend some of your own money, definitely. Just if you want to buy like just some equipment. If I want to buy, I think I bought flags one time, so I wanted us to play like flag football. But the school does a good job of giving us a budget to buy stuff. So it's not a ton of money.
All right. And then, when you retire, do you feel like you'll be able to live comfortably?
Yeah, I do. I feel like teaching is a great job. I think you hear teachers complain a lot about their jobs and like they don't make that much money, but like I think it's great money.
A lot of teachers say like, I don't make enough for this.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people are like, you're not supposed to ask about how much you get paid, but it's like, what are you talking about? If people want to be a PE teacher, they should know how much you can get paid. Yeah. So in our district, I believe like you start off with like $57,000 a year, and that's with only like a bachelor's degree. But if you were to go and get like your master's degree, like I went and got my master's degree. So I think I like in 4 more years, it's like $91,000, and then 4 or 5 more years after that,
Keep going up, right?
it's like $120,000, which is like incredible. Like my wife is a nurse, and she doesn't go up as fast as we go up here. It's like, so you could potentially retire at like making $130,000. Now add in coaching, that's another like $5,000. Add in like, let's say you want to coach 3 sports. You want to coach football, wrestling, and I don't know, volleyball or something. That's 3 stipends, all worth $5,000. That's another $15,000, like adding to your check. So it just depends on how much you need to live the lifestyle you want to live. Like I don't go out and buy like all kinds of fancy clothes and all. You know, we live very like humbly, but man, like it's there, man. You know, you can buy what I want. We have a nice house, we have a nice car, and we're happy. I honestly think being a PE teacher is like the greatest job in the world, man. It's amazing. I'm really super lucky, and it's like a secret to me. It feels like some people don't know it, and it's like it's an amazing job, you know.
And then, what schooling did you go to be like where you are now?
Yeah, so I did it. I kind of knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I wasn't sure yet. So I just went to school. I went to junior college. Well, first I graduated from Charter Oak High School, right? And then I went to junior college. I went to Citrus College, and then I studied physical education there. And then after junior college, I went to university. I went to Waldorf University. Waldorf, what happened? Oh, what's that from?
I got it from University Day.
You brought it, or
Yeah.
they had it?
Yeah, I brought it from the quiz. I remember like you went to.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. I would put that up, man. Oh, cool. Yeah. So they were there, or what?
Yeah, they were there. It
Oh.
was an online thing though.
Oh,
So it was different. But
okay,
they had
okay.
books to give out.
That's cool. Yeah, so I went to Waldorf University. It's in Forest City, Iowa. It's like a super small town. It was amazing there. Some people thought it was horrible, but I thought it was amazing. Because I had never really been out of like La Puente. You know, I kind of lived in La Puente, but going to Forest City was like this new adventure. You know, it was really cool. So I went there. I got my bachelor's degree in wellness, which is like it's similar to kinesiology, but like you learn a lot more like strategies on like stress management and like corporate wellness. So that's cool. After I got my bachelor's degree, I went to San Jose State immediately after and got my master's degree in kinesiology. And I emphasized in exercise physiology because I wasn't sure if I wanted to be like a strength and conditioning coach or if I wanted to be like an exercise physiologist. I was working as a personal trainer at the time, but I knew I really didn't want to stay as a personal trainer.
Yeah.
I was interested in like corporate wellness, so like teaching companies how to save money by getting their employees healthy. It would save money on like their health insurance costs and stuff like that. So that was interesting. But then when I finished all that, when I finished my master's, I wanted to be a PE teacher. Like the only stigma was that there's no PE teacher jobs. That's what the stigma was like, don't do it. Don't be a PE teacher. Why? Oh, because you can't get a job. There's no jobs. They're like, oh man, like I don't know. What should I do? Should I go for the job that I really want? Or should I switch and study something else and get a job that I'm not really happy with? So I've never lived my life that way. So I was like, well, man, I'm going to go for it. So I went for my teacher credential at Cal State Fullerton. It took me like a year and a half, finished that. And then I immediately got hired. It was pretty cool. When other people were like, I can't find a job. Well, man, if you're the best and you're like undeniable and you're like, you want that job more than anybody, you work at it, I think you can get it. You know, you just gotta be willing to, you know, travel a little bit, go somewhere you're not, you know, you gotta be willing to do those things. And I think, you know, and look, I ended up here and this is like the best thing that ever happened. So that's my school history.
And then, do you learn something about your job like often, like certain things?
Yeah. I would say every day I learn something new, like just different strategies and like, cause you get so many different kids from different walks of life.
Yeah.
I have a lot of experience working with like special ed kids and like emotionally disturbed kids, and so I thought I had seen it like a lot. I've probably seen everything I had to see because I worked at a school for 3 years that was only kids that were emotionally disturbed. But then it's not. Every kid is so different and so unique, and so every day I'm learning like new strategies to like, oh, how do I work with this kid? And then you find stuff about yourself that like you just need constant reminders that like every kid comes from a different home that could be stressful. It could be, you know, if they act out in class, it might not have anything to do with you.
Yeah.
It could be because of what's going on at home, and it's just important to not take that personally, and then give every day a clean slate for a kid, you know. And so you learn for sure something new every day.
Are you ever stressed because of work?
Yeah, work is definitely stressful, but I would say the majority of my stress does not come from PE. I would say 10% of my stress comes from PE. 90% of my stress comes from extracurricular, so football, essentially. That's where the majority of my stress comes from, coaching football. But teaching PE is like almost like a stress relief because it's fun. I love what I do. It's almost like I get to teach like weight training, like these principles that I love so much, and I love lifting weights, and I love teaching it. So it's like a joy for me. It's like I know people may look at weight training as like not that important in academics, but to me it's like the most important class. Like
You gotta keep your body.
I'm teaching you guys how to keep your body healthy for the rest of your life. I'm teaching you how to be strong. Like the things that you're gonna learn here are gonna save your life in your old age. And so to me, if I bring that passion to the weight room, it becomes like very like I'm giving kind of like a gift, and so I like it a lot. It's the football side that gets stressful, working with parents and that kind of stuff. That's the stressful part, but the job is awesome.
What do you think is the best part of your job?
Seeing the kids and working with kids every day. I get to work with kids and play games all day, essentially. Like I get to play games, I get to play, I get to make up unique activities that the kids seem to enjoy. You make class fun, everyone's happy. I feel like for the most part, people enjoy coming to my PE class, and I think it's because I enjoy seeing them every day. Like I really look forward to seeing some students in my class, and it's fun because they're so different and such interesting personality. And every year when they leave my class, I get a little bit sad. But then the next year I get new characters, new kids that are like funny, and we just have good rapport, and it's really awesome for sure.
And then are you able to get along with most, if not all, students?
Yeah, I think I get along with every student. Now, some students may not want to participate in my class at times, but so far, I've only, been teaching now with my credential for 3 years, and so far, every student has been respectful to me, and that is like the most important thing. I think a lot of teachers struggle with classroom management. I feel like that's my biggest strength, is I'm able to manage the classroom well. And I think because the kids know I really do care about them. Yeah. And so they respect that. And so they just at least show me respect. They may not want to participate. They may not want to I don't want to do this activity because they think it's corny or something like that. But they're always respectful. So for the most part, I've got along with every student. Now, I have to be honest, some students can be very annoying because they are combative, or they will be like non-participants. And so that could be very, that could test my patience sometimes. I just have to remind myself that these are kids. I was a kid once, and they could be having a bad day, and it's just a new day. Tomorrow's a new day to potentially reach this kid. Yeah. So often people lose the sight of they think it's students versus the teachers, when it's that is the opposite of why I became a teacher. Because I remember being a kid and the teacher feeling oh, this teacher has it out for me, And so I always wanted to be a teacher that is I'm here to help you, man. Or I'm here to help you to all the students. So it's not us. We're not versus each other. We're trying to help each other. Yeah.
Have you built strong relationships in your job?
With my job,
or with the people?
Yeah, for sure. I think the people I work with are awesome. Everyone in the PE department is great, and the students that have gone on and graduated still keep in contact with me. And I think I've built lifelong relationships. I'm hoping, 10 years, 15 years, I run into these people and they have kids and they're good fathers and good mothers. And yeah, definitely. I could call the people in my department like my good friends now. You know, it's only been 3 years, but we're pretty close. We're getting closer, yeah.
And then, are moral values important to you when working?
Moral values?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's super important. I think one of my biggest values is that like, I think it's so important to like do your best as a teacher.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times, and maybe it's easy for me to say because I'm such a new teacher. I've only been doing it for, 3 years. But I just remember as a kid taking PE class, and my teacher would be holding a newspaper, and he would just say, "Go play, free play." And that bothered me so much because I really enjoyed PE and I really enjoyed being active. And it just felt like as this person got older in his retirement, they stopped doing their best, And so that was always my thing I live by, is just do your best always, because it's important. Like, it's so funny that you're asking me this because my coach, my coach when I played football just passed away. He passed away like 2 or 3 days ago, and that was what he said. It was like, just do your best always. Do your best. Do your job, whatever it is. If you become the custodian at your school, be the most badass custodian you ever be, and take pride in your work, because you only have one life, and when it's gone, it's gone. And that's how he lived his life. He ended up with like 335 wins as a high school football coach, and he was like fifth most all time for California, which is incredible. So I always took that as like, you know what? You can either take this as like, oh, I'm just a PE teacher, or you could say like, I'm the best PE teacher, and I want you need to, if you're in my class, you'll know why. Because I'm the best, and I'm going to show you guys, because you work hard, So, yeah, you have to. Morals are very important, and you got to live by those, man. When you do it, or else you have nothing to lean back on. If you don't have those things that you lean on, like morals, then one day you're going to be that teacher that just picks up the newspaper and rolls out the balls and says like, free play, go do it.
That's all, Coach.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, whenever you need help, dude, just